panel joining us now to discuss why he thinks Alphabet stock is cheap for a reason. Ben Reitzes, tech lead at Melius Research. Ben, I understand that there's a lot of criticism of Google right now, in part because of this AI thing. There was already this overhang about them possibly being behind Microsoft. But is there a chance that this is like the pile-on to Meta a couple years ago that turned out to be overdone?
Well, there's a chance. Of course there is. What we really need to see from them is perhaps the initiatives that they're taking to make their AI more reliable, and probably more importantly, real efficiency, not just saying it a few times on the conference call, but something more quantifiable. But to date, we really haven't seen it. There's been, frankly, it's a lot of confusing launches, and we're a little bit saying it today, it's cheap for a reason, and you picked up on that.
Yeah, so you're saying you want them to be a little bit more specific in their guidance about things like cost cuts and their care for margins. I mean, they've got a new CFO coming in, so there's an opportunity to do this. Do you think it's going to happen?
I don't know. It's a little, so far, it's a little un-Google-like to come out with targets and guidance and things that both Meta and other Mag 7 companies have done to kind of shepherd us through some of the growth phases and turnaround phases that they've all gone through. But I think it's time to turn over a new leaf. That would be welcome, to kind of have real margin targets for the cloud business, which is sub 10%. I mean, their competitors are way ahead of that. And that would add a lot to EPS. Obviously, other bets, they're talking about, thinking about doing things there. Let's do it. That would add. And then we would like to just see more these launches have been a bit jumbled. You know, you don't see like something like this. You know, Apple gets a lot of criticism, but when they kind of launch something, you kind of know what it is, and they don't rename it 3 days later. So we kind of need to see tightening up the message here on AI as well, so they can be the trusted brand that leads us forward and show us how they're going to monetize search with AI-infused features.
You have a hold rating on the stock. What would it take to get you to a buy then?
Well, exactly kind of how John said it here. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg has shown that he thinks his stock's a scoreboard, okay? He cares. And he's gone through and he's become more efficient, and we've seen it in the results. And he's hustling on AI, open sourcing models, and using AI features to improve his ad business. We just got to see proof. We got to see proof that they care and they're doing it. And to date, we haven't seen it. It seems like they're saying certain things that allude to it. But look, it's real easy to buy another Mag 7 stock. Obviously, a lot of folks are criticizing Tesla these days, but you know, 3 or 4 of them are just doing a bang-up job. Obviously, NVIDIA, but you know, Amazon and Meta as well. They're showing that they care about their P&L. So there's alternatives for folks. And if search is secularly challenged, you can get a little cheaper.
So in a week where you have DeepMind CEO making comments, you've got the Mobile World Congress in general, a big focus there is AI and smartphones. How much does that matter to Alphabet and Google? How much does that matter to the broader ecosystem as we do start to see this real-time, real-world rollout of these applications?
Well, I think that, you know, in terms of the stuff coming out of Mobile World Congress, I haven't seen anything that's revolutionary yet. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it's hard to keep up with anything. I think what we need to see from Google specifically, though, is a plan to monetize SGE where we all feel good about it. We're seeing the rise of some new competitors. If you go to Perplexity AI's site and start playing with their AI, it looks pretty good. You don't need to be too much of an expert here to know that that might be part of the future that we are working with here. So I just think they need to be more explicit on how we're going to monetize the dashboards that their ad buyers know with AI infused, and make us feel good that this can accelerate in an AI world. We're in a once-in-a-generation handoff here in search, from good old search for decades that we knew at Google to something that's AI infused. This is a big transition, and I think a lot of the sell side has been pretty lackadaisical about it, frankly.